We figured Mother Nature will take care of us. That's not happening anymore. I've been working on the water since I was 7 years old. I come from a water working family, but there was a tremendous amount of abatement at the time. I think the town where I lived in, there was 3,000 licenses given out. I was a little kid, I was filling my boat up with clams. 700 to 900 count to a bushel. Had to weigh 72 pounds or you couldn't sell it. I started building boats because I didn't have a lot of money then. You made $10 a day or $15 a day, you was doing really good. So you have to make your own equipment. When I was a kid, I was building them in the backyard at my parents' house. It just snowballed at that point. Built one for my friend and his friend, and all of a sudden I'm in business and they're beating down my door to get boats. I really couldn't make them fast enough. The people that I build them for is all people like myself. There's all commercial fishermen, working people. They always paid their bills because they worked for every penny they had, and they knew what they was getting. And my boats, strong, and they last a long time. It's built in a traditional way. It's not just slammed together. Everything fits, and it's built the way a boat should be built. I do everything myself. I do all my own glass work, and a little slower, but 600 boats later, here I am. And I always made a habit of giving the person more than he paid for. And in the end, that goes a long ways. In the earlier days when the shellfishing and working on the water was the way of life on Long Island, the demand, for the boats increased tremendously. Today's times, people really can't make a decent living on the water, so it's just dropped by 90%, the amount of boats that are required or being built. Mecox Bay down here, back in the 40s and the 50s, that little Mecox Bay was a factory for oysters at one time. Something is changing in the water and the shellfish are not surviving. We have to provide our own seed, we have to buy our seed from a hatchery, and we have to plant them. Back then, you would never even think that you had to grow your own product. That wasn't even a thought. What brought me out here was the fact that they was closing a lot of the areas that I had worked on since I was a little kid in Huntington Bay. And now in this day and age, it's moving east on a regular basis. They're closing areas halfway out the island now. The situation is we're running out of east. We're almost to the end, which is Montauk. The water quality is really depreciating on a steady rate. The source is what we are putting into the water, or what we're letting run into the water. We have to do something about it, and we have to do it now, or else there's going to be absolutely no future on the water at all. I'm not the type of person who's going to get a job on land, in an office or something like that. That's my way of life. I'm a water rat, and that's the way it's going to be. My name is Howard Pickerel, and I am a bayman.